Oh, hi! Today we will be making this into this. This will actually be a two-part series. I'll show you how to make the bow tie next week, but this week we're just going to focus on the lovely t-shirt. Here's what you'll need. A plain white t-shirt, some blue fabric. My coffee wanted to be Irish today. So this used to be a disappearing TARDIS mug. And as you can see, it did a great job. What I'm trying to say is Time Lords hate dishwashers. This is actually a really stretchy table runner I found in the home goods department at Goodwill. Your color options will probably be limited finding the right material at a thrift store. So if it's not exactly TARDIS blue, you're not the worst person in the world. You want to make sure your length of fabric is going to go around you at least twice. That way you're going to have more than one tier of ruffles on this. And I mean tier like T-I-E-R, not T-E-A-R. I'm going to go about this in probably the least precise way possible. So I'm just going to take my strip, since I know it's definitely going to go around me at least twice, and just cut the strip in half. I left extra inches at the edge of the strip and didn't cut it precisely to anything, but I didn't cut it to the exact measurements of my waist because we're going to be ruffling this as we attach it to the shirt. So now you want to flip your t-shirt inside out. I don't know how many things I have to sew before I remember it's always right sides together. It's always right sides together, so you don't need to turn whatever you're working on inside out. How many times? As a surprise to nobody, part of why I'm reconstructing this t-shirt is because I got stains on it. I'm just not allowed to wear white things anymore. So my first layer, I'm going to be putting a little bit above the bottom hem on this t-shirt. You're going to take the top edge of your blue fabric, place it right sides together with the bottom of your shirt. So you're going to be folding it up like this to kind of pin along this edge down here. When you do your stitch on the inside, it's all going to fall and your seams aren't going to show. It's going to look really nice. Now let's start pinning. I'm actually going to say this is a project done easier not on a mannequin. We've migrated upstairs for the pinning part of this project because there is a dog and a wood stove. It is 13 degrees outside. He tried to get into the bed. Because I'm making the ruffles as I go, I'm going to take my piece of fabric once the edge piece is pinned, once your first pin is in place. Find the midpoint of your blue piece of fabric once it's folded in half and attach that to the opposite side seam of your t-shirt. You're obviously going to have more blue fabric than white fabric. Lay your t-shirt out as flat as you can. I want 3 ruffles on the front and the back, so I'm going to find the midpoint. I'm going to fold it over just a little bit, maybe half an inch. You're almost making like a little pleat. Then go halfway between the edge and that middle pin you just put in. Do the same thing, make a little pleat. Go ahead and repeat all of that on the other side of the shirt. You're also going to pin where the edges of your blue fabric meet, because you're going to have to straight stitch that down once it's all attached, or else it's just going to be flapping around all crazy like. Then repeat that entire process with your second layer of fabric. It all depends on how wide your ruffle tiers are going to be. Mine are pretty long, so I'm going to put this up a little bit higher so that the bottom of my top layer will rest about halfway down my bottom layer. Guys, I made fire! Now straight stitch that shit down, motherfucker! Especially when you're doing the top tier. Make sure none of the layers are getting mashed up underneath where you're sewing. Top layer didn't really turn out that well because my machine went a little haywire, but that is the joy of wide belts. Right now it's kind of showing off my assets a little bit more than I'm usually comfortable with. Next week I will show you how to make a little bow tie to go with this outfit, and it'll make it more obvious that this is a TARDIS inspired dress.